The thing is, like Krissa, you were saying on your blog, and like I've said before, there's always going to be stuff that happens. And one of my upline in Arbonne said this to me before, because there have been times this year where I kind of stopped putting my efforts towards my Arbonne business, and and I would say, well, you know what, I've got to get this part straightened out, and I've got to deal with this medical stuff, and then I've got to do that, and then I can put my efforts towards there. And she would say, and she's right, she would say, you know what, Kelly, there's always going to be that kind of stuff. So you either choose to deal with it and incorporate what you want into your life, or you can continue to get run over. And yes, there's a degree where when your body's worn down, or you get cold, a cold, or you get sick, you need to rest, and you need to chill out. And sometimes, you need to just I think absolutely. Some of us, you can get so worn down or whatever. Take a week off of working out and then get back out. Whatever it takes for you. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself. At least that's what I've done, to compare with what everybody else is doing. And you really shouldn't be comparing yourself to anybody but you and your efforts and your strength. I watched Jackie's vlog last night, and she was talking about, or she showed how she did 235-pound dumbbells for a chest press. And you know what I thought immediately? I'm like, I'm only doing 50 or 60. And you know what? That's Jackie's strength, and that's good for her. And when I have a 50 or 60-pound dumbbell, or is it barbell? Barbell. That is a lot of effort for me and my body. So I'm working hard. That doesn't mean I'm not working hard because I'm not lifting the same weight or benching the same weight as her. And there's somebody that's probably a lot harder than that. Remember I told you guys when I watched the Jenny Lynn DVD, and I'm like, pretty much that's me the whole time I'm watching Jenny Lynn, like. And she was doing, when I do one arm rows, I use, I think I'm up to 30, 35, probably, yeah. And she's doing like 200, just kidding. No, she's doing like, God, I think it was 75. So, basically whatever I'm doing, she's doing double. And it's not like she's 7 feet tall. She's 5'6", I'm 5'4 3/4. And yes, I am 5'4 3/4. Everyone in my family is like, no, you're not, you're only 5'3". Guess what? They measure me, and I make sure that they write it down. I'm 5'4 3/4. And yes, I wear high heels all the time, but still. I wasn't wearing high heels when they measured me. I need that extra 3/4 of an inch. I'm just waiting until they tell me I'm 5'5". Anyway, so I guess I just had this, I don't want to say it was an epiphany, but there was just finally a good mind shift in my mind, because, there has been so much crap that's gone on in my life this year, and I'm not going to lie to you, this has just been a crap. Overall, it's been a crap year. You guys know I'm all about being positive and optimistic, but I have dealt with so much BS this year. I'm so glad to leave this year behind. But as much BS as I've dealt with, you know what? It's created personal growth in me. It's created, I now have, I think, more of a determination in me to excel and succeed in my goals, and to do things like my favorite quote, to get what you've never done, you must do what to get what you've never had, you must do what you've never done. And that's what I'm willing to do. And the more I started thinking about what Jackie was saying, again, with cleaning up my diet, more for my health reasons. It's not about, when I told you guys I was getting rid of the butter and the Splenda, this isn't some get rid of butter and Splenda and lose 10 pounds in a week. It's more about health. So I guess when I'm saying all of this, I want you guys to know I'm not trying to change things to, do some crazy diet. It's really more about, this is what I believe in for me, for my health. And hey, if it helps me lose weight in the areas that I want to lose weight in as I'm on this journey, absolutely, fantastic. And I believe it will. I believe all of these things, losing my voice, contribute. So, but, again, I know I'm all over the place. This is what happens when you don't have coffee. Oh, when I kept thinking about Krissa and, all of us that have our frustrations, but me especially, I'm beginning to realize, I have had a lot of stuff happen. I'm not asking anyone to feel sorry for me. I'm not saying it's an excuse. What I'm saying is I recognize that I have allowed this to overcome me. And yes, absolutely, with all of this stuff that's happened with my job, you guys know I have been in the pivotal key person in a lot of huge discussions, and I had to do a lot of research and do a lot of work for 4 or 5 different people and try to make big, huge things happen that I've never, ever dealt with before in my career. But does that really mean, and that's what I told you guys, I mean, for 2 weeks there, because of all this that was happening, I was getting up 7 in the morning and coming in here and working until, I would go break for lunch, and sometimes I was forgetting to eat lunch until 2 o'clock. Eating my lunch and then working until 11, 12 at night, and, no workout was happening, and then half the time I was exhausted and feeling sick and under the weather, and, my throat kept hurting and all of this. But there's no reason that it would have really impeded what I was working on if I would have squeezed in my workouts, if I would have gone to the gym. But I was getting in my mind like, no, I've got to do this, and if I leave and do that, I'll get preoccupied or whatever. And so I put everything to the back burner. And I definitely am seeing that, that's happened to me before. Now sometimes, like I told you guys, this summer with this, skimping on my shoulders and my chest, there were times where I was so sick and had such a bad fever, and all I could do was just lay on my couch. And, I had all of these creams and gels all over me, and I laid on a towel, and I mean, it was all I could take to just get up. Those are times when I don't think it's bad to not work out, but there have just been so many valleys this year where I have allowed these things, and that's the thing, I've allowed it. I've allowed these things to trample on me, and I have allowed myself to be overcome, and it puts me back 2 steps. Whether it's I stop working out, or my workouts go to 2 or 3 times a week, or, whatever. Now, I will say for the most part, realistically, even during those times when I wasn't working out, I wasn't going and eating bad food. I was eating my oatmeal, I was eating my chicken, I was eating whatever. I was not drinking, which still, makes the whole, what I've been frustrated about, still frustrating, because like I said, it makes me feel like where I am right now, it kind of makes me feel like I've been sitting around eating donuts for 2 or 3 months, and that's not the case, but it is what it is. And I'm just doing all I can to really get my focus, to really realize that no matter what happens, no matter what hills and valleys are going to come in the next month, in the next 3 months, in the next year, this is one of the most important things in my life. Improving my physical, what's the word I'm looking for? Not appearance, but my physical, improving my physical body, getting to my personal best physically, and then improving my spiritual life as well. And, working on the things that I want to work on as a person, as my spiritual life. So those are what I want to work on, and I don't want to look back at another month and go, oh yeah, well, that happened, and because of that, I didn't do this that week, and then I didn't do this. You've got to press on, and I'm sitting here saying that to you guys, and yet I can look back and see, with everything that happened with my company, that's 2 weeks just gone from my efforts. That's just stupid. Was I eating bad? No. But was I eating totally right? No, because I told you guys, there was one day I had like 3 or 4 things of oatmeal, and that's it. Oatmeal, and then I had my coffee. It's like, that's not good for us. And you just, I don't know. I guess I want to start looking at stuff that happens in my life like a person. If a person came into my life or into my house and said, you're not going to work out today, you're not going to do this, you're not going to eat right, I'd say, heck yes I am. Well, I need to start looking at life like that. And when these things come and want to steamroll you over, you just say, no, I'm not going to let you steamroll me over. And yeah, until I get a 103-degree fever, I am not going to give up on my goals and give up on what I've been working on. I'm going to press on. I'm going to steamroll right back at you. So that's I just found something. Sorry. Just don't even ask. So, wow, I'm already at the end of vlog 2. Hold on.